everyone, we are group number 18 and I am Blanca Orales. We are studying at Milagro State University and today I want to share with you a very interesting topic in English language teaching. Linguistic variation in the classroom. Linguistic variation refers to the different ways people use languages depending on factors such as age, gender, region, or context. Understanding this variation is essential for teachers because it helps us adapt our classes and create an inclusive and effective environment for all students. The purpose of this video is to talk about the types of variation. Variable 1 age gradually influences the way we learn and use language. For example, children tend to learn more naturally and quickly because they easily imitate sounds and expressions. Adults, on the other hand, tend to analyze grammar and ruling more in the classroom. This means that a child may naturally repeat phrases in a game, while an adult might ask for a detailed explanation before using them. Variable 2, gender. Gender can also influence how we express ourselves. Research shows that in some contexts, women today use more informal or expressive language, while men might prefer more direct or informal expressions. In class, this may be reflected in a female student participating using more complex sentences, while a male student opt for short answer. As teacher, we must recognize this is difference without against think in order to encourage balance and participation. Thank you so much.
Socioeconomics. Let's start with socioeconomics stats. This basically refers to economic and social conditions where students' life and it can significantly impact their English learning. For example, some students may have access to books, apps, or even private lessons, giving them more opportunities to practice and learn new vocabulary. Okay, other students may not have the resource at homes to their relax primarily on the what happens in class. This doesn't mean they can't learn well. It simply shows that their environment is important. As teacher, we can help by creating activities that everyone can join. For example, we call organize games or groups exercise that don't require computers. So all students can participate and practice in quiet. Not elect, look, and socialect. Socialect is the way people speak according to their social groups. Each group has its own words, expressions, or ways speaking. In the classroom, this means that students may speak differently to their others, their families and friends or communities.
Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Today I'm going to explain the concepts register and code switching. Register is simple the way we change our language depending on who we are talking to. For example, with a teacher, we usually speak more formal. Good morning, could you please help me? But with friends, we are very informal. Hey, what's up? This shows how languages adapt to context. Code switching happens when we mix two languages in the same conversation. In bilingual classroom, this is very common. For example, I have a student. The students may say, "Teacher, I don't get it." ¿Me puede explicar otra vez? Here we have an English and Spanish used together. It helps students express themselves and understand better, obviously. So, Bob, register, and code switching are part of the real communication. In the classroom, one shouts formality and the other shouts how we use all our languages to communicate. Thank you for watching our video and see you the next time.
Hello everyone, my name is Gisela Zumba and I am going to you to about regional variation and language use, which directly influence how students learn English. Okay, regional variation. This variation refers to difference in language depending on the geographical area. These differences are reflected in accents, vocabulary, and structures. For example, in British English, we say lift, while in American English, we use elevator. These differences are not mistakes, but legitimate forms of communication. In the classroom, the teacher can show of a both so that students understand the diversity or English and develop communicate flexibility. Language use depends on purpose and context. A student who only speaks English in class will have a more academic and limited register. In contrast, in another student who use English on social media or in video games will develop a more informal and natural language. In the classroom, it is key to teach that there is no single correct English, but that the use varies depending on the depending on the situation, academic, social, or professional. As future teachers, our challenge is to expose students to these variations so that they understand that English is a living language, diverse and adaptable to different contexts. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Micaela, and I will talk about linguistic styles. Linguistic styles refer to the personal way each people communicates, which can vary depend on the situation, context, or even personality. For instance, students might speak formally during a presentation or when answering the teacher question, but use a more casual and relaxed style with chatting with classmates or friends. Linguistic style is important in the classroom because it affects how students participate, interact, feel confident using English. Understanding each student's style modes teaches to create strategies to encourage communication, bold truths, and adaptive activities to meet different needs. For example, some students may feel more comfortable writing in formal styles, while others prefer speaking in a more informal way. In conclusion, through our projects, we have explored nine types of linguistic variation: age, gender, socioeconomic, status, sociocultural, regis, code switching, regional variation, language use, and linguistic style. Each this shows that language changes depending on we are from and the context which we communicate. By understanding these variations, teacher can create more inclusive, effective, and meaningful English learning experiences. It also highlights the importance of being aware of student background, communicates habits and personal styles so we can help themselves develop for language styles in best possible way. Thank you.